Hey guys, Norman Schmidt here with thedietdynamo.com, and I just wanted to give you a quick look at what a day on the South Beach diet might look like. This is for phase 1 of the diet. You're going to be on this for the first 2 weeks before you enter phase 2, and you'll notice that a lot of these meals, even though they're labeled phase 1, are also good to go for phases 2 and 3. But you can see there's kind of a big variety here. This is just a small sampling, but I have some breakfast items here. Breakfast sandwich, some muffins. Those are pretty good. A frittata, the egg white breakfast stack. And then we have more of our entrees, so the chicken primavera, beef and beans. And the beef and beans and Italian style meatballs here are just in a pouch. They're non-frozen items. So are the chicken and beans, but they're real easy to make and get the job done. We also have our shakes. So they have the South Beach Complete Shake. And then you can see, here's another version, the South Beach Chocolate Ice Crush. Those are pretty good. And then here are a couple snacks. I like both of these a lot. You can see a nut variety and then a dark chocolate bar. It's pretty good today, but I just wanted to show you what a few of these meals look like. So I'm just going to pick out my meals for the day and we'll cook them so you can get a good idea of what to expect going into this thing. But here's the entree. First entree I'm gonna go with, so we have the ginger, or the garlic ginger beef and broccoli. I'm going to make the egg white breakfast stack. And then I'm also going to make the broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken breast. You do get 3 entrees a day on the South Beach diet, which is kind of nice. So obviously this is gonna be breakfast. I'll probably go with this guy for lunch and then finish off the day with the garlic ginger beef and broccoli for dinner. They do recommend having 5 servings of non-starchy vegetables with your meals. So if you want to throw together a salad at lunch and dinner, or steam some vegetables or something, that's a good idea too. And then you also get 2 snacks. So I'll probably go with these and then have a shake as well. If you need tips for any of the meal planning for the South Beach diet, their Palm website is a great resource and has lots of guides for getting you started. And they also have an app that you'll want to download for sure. All right, let's make some of these meals and we'll see how they look. Okay, so first meal of the day, I'm gonna go with the egg white breakfast stack. They have breakfast sandwiches and some muffins and other things too. You can see some of the key details down here: 120 calories, 5 grams fat, 12 grams of protein. They have instructions for exactly how to cook all of these things. You can see here, basically you just want to microwave it for a couple of minutes and then let it sit for another minute and you should be good to go. So let's get this thing in the microwave so you can see how it looks. All right, so just got the egg white breakfast stack out of the microwave, and you can see the finished product looks a little different than what's on the box, but it still tastes pretty good. You do want to let it stand for about a minute just to let it cool down. I know that's hard sometimes when you're hungry, but as you can see, it's just a nice couple of egg whites here, and there's some veggies in there. So it's a pretty decent little breakfast. I like to spice mine up a little bit, so you can put some sriracha on there or Tabasco or whatever your preference is. But there's a good look at one of your first meals of the day. All right, come lunchtime, I'm going to make another video and we will see how that looks. Here's lunch for today. I'm gonna go with the broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken breast, another meal that I like pretty well. This one you want to cook for about 2.5 minutes, and they also suggest removing it from the wrapper, and you want to put it on a plate, and you for sure want to let it cool down too, because the middle can get pretty hot. But let's go ahead and get this thing cooked and show you what it looks like. All right, so we got our broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken breast out of the microwave, and you can see that I kind of cut it up into 4 pieces here. This thing comes out super hot. And I found that cutting it up like this just means you get to eat it a little more quickly. But be careful when you first dig into this thing, because the inside can be extremely hot. But this is one of the tastier lunches, I think. It's a stuffed chicken breast, has cheese and broccoli and all kinds of good stuff on the inside. I like to spice mine up a little bit again. Add a little sriracha to it, or you can add Tabasco or another sauce that doesn't have a lot of sugar and that sort of thing in it. And again, this is a lunch item. You might want to pair this with some of those non-starchy vegetables, and the palm on the South Beach website is a good place to get tips for those, and be sure to use that South Beach app as well. All right, let's take a look at a couple of the snacks that we'll be eating today, and then we'll take a look at dinner last. Okay, here are the two snacks I'm going with today. We have the Beach Shack chocolate shake, and then the nut variety. Those are pretty good. I like to eat my snacks, so I will have one in between lunch and dinner. And then a lot of the snacks are like bars or something a little bit sweeter. The shakes are a little sweeter, so I eat those after dinner if I have an early dinner for something sweet to kind of tie up the day. South Beach does include a nice little shaker. Comes with a little stir thing inside that's nice. These are super easy to make, so I will spare you the details of how to do that, but they have the instructions there. Basically, you just add a cup of cold water, about a half cup ice, and then you just put on the lid, dump in your shake powder before putting on the lid, of course, and shake everything up. Here are the sea salt kissed nuts. I'll take those out of the package so you can get a look at what those look like, but they're about what you'd expect and taste pretty good. All right, so there's a good look at the nut variety. You can see there's almonds, peanuts, and pistachios. They are salted, so they taste good, and they are a nice snack between meals and kind of keep you from getting overly hungry or crashing throughout the day. So they're definitely a nice addition. Let's go ahead and take a look at our last meal of the day next. That's going to be our dinner portion, and then we will wrap this thing up. Okay guys, last entree of the day. I chose the garlic ginger beef and broccoli for my dinner. You can see here it looks pretty good on the box. I think this one tastes pretty good too, but let's go ahead and cook it and we will see how it looks. This one takes a bit longer than some of the other meals that we've cooked for you today. You are going to want to cook it for 6.5 minutes. Maybe less, maybe a little bit longer depending on your microwave. And you can see down there, you definitely want to let it stand for a couple minutes before digging in, because these things can get hot. All right, let's see how it looks. All right guys, last full meal of the day. Here you can see it cooked. Again, this is the garlic ginger beef and broccoli. Let's back it up here so you can kind of compare the actual meal to the picture. Looks a little bit different. It tastes good, but you can see the broccoli is not quite as robust as it is in the picture, but it is a microwavable meal, so that's kind of to be expected. The stuff on top here looks like cheese, but those are actually bean sprouts. And it also has bell peppers and some green peas. It smells really good, so like for the full 6 or 6.5 minutes that it's cooking, you can smell it. It is a tasty meal, and again, I like to add some hot sauce or something like that to mine just to spice it up a little bit, but that's going to be totally optional for you. And again, this will be one of those meals that you could pair a salad or some vegetables with. If you're looking for a more affordable option, I might suggest some of the bagged salads at the grocery store and that sort of thing. Just make sure that the dressings that they come with aren't overly sugary. If you're looking for a good option there, I usually like to go with like a full fat ranch. And if you look on that label, there's usually only a gram or so of carbs and a gram of sugar. And as long as you use it sparingly, that's a good way to go, or at least it has been for me. All right, there's a look at 3 of the South Beach meals. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of sort of what you can expect when you sign up. If you want a full review of the South Beach diet, go ahead and hit the link in the description below. That'll take you to our site where we have a pretty detailed write-up. And I'll also put a link down there where you can lock in a discount on their meal delivery service. All right, thanks.